We are back with some more weekly winners content right there on Underdog Fantasy Football. I have 3 stacks for you today that you could be targeting later on into your drafts to help set you apart from a lot of these players. Right, let's just dive right into the very first stack. I'm going straight over there to the New Orleans Saints. We're talking about Derek Carr and Chris Olave. Now, Derek Carr had a lot of struggles last season, but most of it was due to the offensive line. The offensive line was completely putrid. They didn't give Derek Carr any time to throw the football. They have addressed a lot of the offensive line needs here in the offseason and in the drafts. Now you talk about Chris Olave. I mean, we forget how good he was at Ohio State right alongside Garrett Wilson, right? He was providing solid numbers week in and week out. He is clearly by far the #1 wide receiver for the New Orleans Saints. They didn't go out there and get any big wide receivers. They got Cedric Wilson in there in free agency, and then they ended up drafting Bub Means at the end, towards the end of the draft at wide receiver. Other than that, they got Rashid Shaheed and they got A.T. Perry there. There's no competition for the main bulk of the carries, and given time for Derek Carr, you should be able to see Derek Carr hone in on Chris Olave, giving him plenty of targets. And when you're in a weekly winners type of contest, any given week, Chris Olave can blow up and help you dominate and become even richer than you are today, right? So let's go over another stack that I really want to go over here. Let's go over to the Jets. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers and Tyler Conklin. So these are 2 guys. If you might miss out on Garrett Wilson early on, you're still able to get Aaron Rodgers super late. You're still able to get Conklin super late. Here's a combo that could really do well. Conklin put up some decent numbers without Aaron Rodgers on the field last season. You put Aaron Rodgers in there, he can utilize that tight end position, right? So I think if Aaron Rodgers given Conklin the opportunities to succeed, you've got a competent quarterback there that can deliver the football. He's going to be delivering it to Garrett Wilson quite a bit. There's going to need some underneath players to kind of hang out. Who knows how long Mike Williams is going to stay healthy. We're talking about Tyler Conklin here. Could be a sneaky pick for your weekly winners. Grab him. I think the Aaron Rodgers to Conklin stack is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And the last stack I want to talk to you guys about today is over there with the Giants. We're talking about Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors. You don't have to spend a very high pick on Malik Neighbors right now in weekly winners based off of ADP. And Daniel Jones is nearly free towards the end of your draft. Daniel Jones, he knows this is the season for him. This is it. You know, it all comes down to this. They kind of wanted to throw him away like yesterday's dirty diaper, but he knows he's got to perform. Daniel Jones, remember, he led this team to the playoffs not too long ago, right? We have to put that in mind. He can get some points on the ground. He's got a nice floor with him. As long as he can shut down on the mistakes that he makes quite often and become a better quarterback overall, he needs to focus in on one receiver. That's going to be Malik Neighbors. They're not going to do much of the Wando Moores or the Jalen Hyatt, any of that. They're going to be focusing on Malik Neighbors, right? He is going to be the man. And if we remember at LSU, he's very comparable to a Jamar Chase, close to the same height and the same weight, the same numbers, everything, right? So if we are really high on Jamar Chase, why aren't we high on Malik Neighbors as well? Yeah, because Chase has Burrow, I get it, but Daniel Jones is good enough to get Malik Neighbors the football. Guys, I'm telling you, this could be a very sneaky play. I think a lot of people are not, they've already wrote off Daniel Jones, right? And they're not extremely high on Malik Neighbors in these drafts. That could be a stack that you can absolutely succeed on. And if you want to get a little crazy, maybe even double stack these guys, you can draft all the high tier wide receivers, get you some nice stud running back, and then towards the end of your draft, grab an Aaron Rodgers, grab a Daniel Jones, grab a Tyler Conklin, and then hopefully you was able to sneak in there somewhere a Malik Neighbors. You have 2 stacks with a lot of other high powered wide receivers and running backs to help you dominate in these weekly winners. But guys, I have a description down in the description below. I have a link that you guys can sign up. If you aren't a part of Underdog Fantasy Football, use that link down below and you get up to $250 off your first deposit. Guys, get on Underdog Fantasy. It's absolutely fun. It's a blast to play. They have tournaments over there that they don't have on DraftKings and FanDuel and these other sites. Underdog Fantasy is doing it correctly. I absolutely love playing on this site. You guys are going to see me doing a lot of live streams right here at the Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. If you guys aren't subscribed already, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. We're putting out content not only for your redraft leagues, but your dynasty leagues, but also your best ball leagues as well. We have it all here on one channel. Guys, make sure you're hitting a like button and leave a comment down below. Are you guys going to be playing some of the weekly winners? I'm curious to see what you guys will be playing this season. Or do you guys play more of like the BBMs or the actual big term, where you play the first 14 weeks, then you kind of advance up to week 17, that type of best ball. Let me know what you guys' favorite type of tournament is, but I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.